welcome back. In this session today we're going to be looking at an introduction to email marketing. Very exciting. So what exactly is email marketing? Well, it can be defined as directly marketing a commercial message to a group of people using email. So just to define that, so just so you guys exactly understand what that is. So marketing, sending a message. Alright, so sending a commercial message. So commercial message is where we're looking to make a sale, generate income, and marketing is sending a message. So we're sending a message with the aim of getting some results, some income into the business from it, generating some cash. In its broadest sense, every email sent to a potential or current customer could be considered email marketing. So even if it's a follow-up email because someone's brought a product and you're emailing them to say thanks, could still be thought of as email marketing by some people because you're still showing the company, you're still giving a message, and that's why it can be thought of as marketing. What we're going to do momentarily, we're going to look through exactly what to do and how to construct good email marketing. But so you guys are aware, there's not too many businesses anymore that are sending their correspondence through Outlook or I'm not sure what the program is on the Mac, but the Mac version of Outlook. Most businesses are using something called a CRM system, customer relationship management. These are some of the most popular examples. In particular, MailChimp is very good because it's free, depending on how many users you've got, but MailChimp is very good, and Infusionsoft is also very popular as well. Some of you might be using some of these other systems. Some of you might even be using a system that's not detailed on here. Don't worry about that. Okay, all the principles that we're going to talk about now are effective for whichever provider or system that you might be using. So first benefit of email marketing, because before we go on to how to do it and what it looks like, you need to understand why we're going to use it. So we're going to look at 9 things that make email marketing very effective. First one being the cost. Okay, so if you want to read through that's on the screen just while I talk, alright, email is low cost. If you were going to send out a letter in the post, if you were going to send out an advert in a newspaper or a magazine, there's obviously a cost to that. Okay, there's a cost to advertise. If you're sending email, it's going to be free. Sometimes if you're using a system like Infusionsoft or MailChimp, you may be charged if you're using you've got a high amount of traffic or a high amount of emails being sent. But most cases, email is going to be cheap. Specific targeting, again, if you read through, I'll talk you through it. So we're able to specifically target people, alright? The vast majority of cases, we're only going to be emailing people who have asked for the email. So if someone's filled in an opt-in on our website, if they've given us their details at a trade show or an event, they're giving us permission and asking to get a message from us, okay? It's not like we're sending out 1,000 emails to people that have never heard of us, okay? In the vast majority of cases, we're only emailing people that know about us and want our stuff. So that puts us in a different place to a newspaper advert, because when someone sees a newspaper advert, they don't know who we are, they don't know what we do, they don't sort of know what we stand for or what our beliefs are. These people here have asked for our stuff. We've already got a small relationship with them and we need to capitalise on that, but they do want to hear from us. If we send the right email with the right headline, okay, they should want to read it and we should be able to get the message across and make sure people are seeing it. You know, if you see an advert in a magazine and you don't like it after a second, you flick through, okay, you go to the next page. With these emails, you know, if you get an email from a friend or someone that you know or a company that you regularly do business with, you open it and you read it. That's the situation we've got here. We're only targeting people in the vast majority of cases that want to hear from us. Segmentation, alright? This is pretty cool. It's a bit like targeting, but a bit more advanced, okay? So let's say if we are working for a business that has opportunities or products that it provides all around the UK, alright? But specifically, you're looking to target the London area, then you segment the list, so you take just the London people and we email just the London people, okay? That's what segmentation is all about. It could be you segment on interest. So if you're a sports coaching company and you know that some of your clients are interested in football services and some are interested in cricket, you then segment the content. You send one to the football people that talks about all the fantastic work that you can do around football. You send one to the cricket people that sends, and tells them about all the fantastic work that you do around cricket. There'd be no point sending them both the same email, yeah? Make it specific to their needs and what they want to hear and what they're interested in, and you will get much, much, much better results. Calls to action, alright? We haven't touched on calls to action yet. We will do later on, but calls to action are when we ask the prospect to do something, okay? And a call to action doesn't just have to be on an email. It can be on a letter, can be on a newspaper ad, can be on the back of someone's t-shirt, can be on your website, can be on a van, anywhere where you can see advertising, you can put a call to action. And a call to action is normally, can be as basic as click this link to find out more. You're telling the customer what to do to find out more, or it could be something as advanced as book your slot to see us at 1 o'clock on Friday at our open day, okay? Different calls to action. But with an email, you can always put a call to action on, and within 1 or 2 clicks of them seeing the call to action, you could have made a sale or booked in a consultation or booked in a phone call for another appointment, alright? And that is a benefit of email, that call to action on a newspaper advert again, yeah? What that would normally require someone to do is either go online, make a phone call, or do something where they're not able to facilitate that call to action by using the newspaper. They need to go elsewhere, they need to turn on the PC, pick up the phone, whereas if you've already got someone reading the email, all they need to do is click a link, takes them through, Bob's your uncle, a very, very easy process. Emails are easy to create, so you don't need a huge team of designers and technicians, alright? You don't even need a jazzy template or a video on there. Good, well-written content works, okay? Yes, if you've got a template, it will look better. Yes, video will improve your optimization. Images will they'll do it a world of good as well, but they're not essential, okay? Well-written content that resonates with the user, that will work, okay? And they're easy to do. Even if you haven't got a CRM system, send them through Outlook, send them through your iMail, okay? Make sure you're interacting with customers and sending emails. There's no excuse, they are easy to do. They're also very easy to track, If again, we're using this example quite a lot because I think it's quite a good comparison, but if I had a newspaper, okay, and I want to know how many people read that advert in the newspaper and then took action, how many people actually read it, how many people took action and made a phone call on the back of it, and then how many people brought, okay? It's quite a complicated process. I'm not saying it can't be done, because it can, but with email it's very simple, especially if you're using Infusionsoft or MailChimp or another system. There's going to be a section in there that you can open up and it will tell you how many people have opened your email, and that's vital, okay? Because if you know what works and what gets opened and what gets read, then you're in a better position. If you know that a particular headline works but you didn't get many click-throughs, you can use that headline again or something similar, change the email content so you get more click-throughs, okay? If you know that you've got a massive open rate but no conversions, something's wrong. Okay, something's wrong with the email, or something's wrong with what you're offering the customer, because they're opening it, they want to read about it, but they're not converting. If you send out an email and you get like nothing on the open rate, check it's sent, alright? And check that the headline that you're using is one that's suitable for that audience, because if they're not opening it up, then it's a problem with the title of the email, or more seriously, it's a problem with the reputation of your company, because people know what you stand for and what you're trying to offer, and they don't want to read your content. Something that's a little bit more advanced that might be good for some of you right now is something called split testing or A/B testing. So in your Infusionsoft or MailChimp, you might want to send the same email with two different headlines, okay? And then you can therefore test which headline works best for you. So the system will, if you've got a list of 20,000 people, the system will split it in half and send the same email but with a different headline to 10,000 each, and you can see which one works best for you. You might want to do it the other way around. You might already have a headline that works, but you might want to send two different emails. Again, having Infusionsoft or MailChimp makes that easy, and you can test and you can see what works, and once you know what works, replicate it, build it, make it bigger, and you'll start to grow your marketing, you'll start to grow your business, you'll start to get more leads, and you'll start to increase the amount of turnover that you're able to generate through your marketing activity. Emails are easy to share, okay? If I get a nice email that I think one of my friends might be interested in, forward, pop in the email address, easy peasy, okay? If I get something again in the newspaper, I've got to remember to take it with me, I've got to tear it out, I've got to make sure it don't get lost, might not be seeing that friend for a few days or weeks or whatever. It's a more difficult process, alright? Yes, people can share tweets, probably in Facebook statuses more easily, but I think when it comes from an email, it's a little bit more personal. Social media does work, it does work very well, but sending something like a personalised email from a friend is much more emotive, and is likely to get a better response than a tweet or a Facebook status or a LinkedIn or Pinterest or whatever you might be using. Immediacy. So script an email, send an email, done. Okay, it's gone, it's off. And there's 2 points on this. The first point is that other forms of media, so market message media, other forms of media take a long time to produce. If you've got a designer working on something, it can take a while. If something needs printing, it can take a while. If you want to get something on your website, unless you've got a web developer working in-house or you have those skills yourself, it can take a while to do. Email can be scripted, sent straight away, done, in the inbox, making sales, generating a buzz, whatever you need it to do. What a lot of people will do is they will procrastinate over email. So, don't know if the headline's quite right, do I need an extra space there, does a full stop need to go there? Don't mess around, okay? Yes, do your best, get it out there, alright? Get it in front of people, because if it's there, sitting on your desktop in Word, it's not doing anything, alright? And an email that is 90% perfect and sent is all day, every day, going to outperform an email that is 100% perfect but is sitting on your desktop. Which, bear that in mind. Immediacy, time pressures are good for getting things done. Last one, we might have one more. Number 8, return on investment. So, in the business world, results are arguably all that matters, okay? Return on investment will be covered in more detail later on. However, essentially, return on investment is, if you cost you £1 to send an email, what do you get back? Alright, or if it costs you £100 to advertise in a newspaper, what do you get back into the business, yeah? And, there's been a lot of studies. Most recently, the one we can find is in 2011, that for every £40 that's spent on email marketing, for every £1 that's invested, you can make 40 back, okay? That's a good investment for anyone in business, alright? 1 to 40 You take that all day. So for every pound you spend on email, you get 40 back. It's quite simple. You know, something, again, we'll go back to a newspaper, will cost a lot more. Will it get you as high results as an email? It's impossible to say yes or no. You have to test it, you have to know your market and what works for them. However, you can guarantee that doing something printed in the press will cost a lot more than sending email. So it may be better to test email and see if it works for you before you go running off and putting an advert in the paper. What is important is email marketing will not work if you do not know your target market or the message you need to send. So even though email might be the right thing, okay, it could be the best thing for you to do, alright? If you send it to the wrong people or you put the wrong message on there, it's still not going to work, okay? It's not as simple as just thinking you can send out some emails and get some results. You have to spend time studying the craft. So you have to know how to write good copy, okay? What's going to work for your audience? What do they want to know? What do they understand or don't understand? What problem are you solving for them? And you have to make sure you send it to the right part of your audience, okay? Send it to the right market, because if you send it to the wrong one, it won't work, okay? I'll give you an example. If I am a mobile phone salesman selling the brand new iPhone that costs £60 a month on contract, okay? And I send it to a group of students who don't have any money, alright, for a new phone. They're quite happy with their pay-as-you-go one from 4 years ago, whatever it might be, okay? They're not going to take it up. They can't afford it. You might have the most brilliantly written copy, brilliantly written emails, but you send them to the wrong people, they're going to be no good. Okay, I hope that example makes sense. We're going to continue on, and we're going to look a little bit at some examples of what you should do if you do want to create really good, well-read email. So some pointers, because again, this will be covered in more depth, actual copywriting. So just for now, some pointers on what you should be including in your emails to make sure that they're good. Show you care. Empathy, alright? Understanding the customer is one of the most important things. It should not be, come and visit us today, we have 50% off all of our items. That is not, okay, that is not going to do the trick. If you're a big brand with a big reputation and you want to run a flash sale, yes, maybe, okay? But that's not the best thing, and that's not the best use of your email, okay? Ask for feedback. Ask people what they think, alright? It's easy to do, but hardly anyone does it. Ask people what they think. What do they want to know? What do they want to do? Think about it. Use social proof. So if you've got good testimonials or quotes from past customers saying about what the product is, how it can help someone, then put it in there. Get it in there, you know. People buy from people. People understand people. Just because you're saying that it's the best product in sliced bread doesn't mean it. Social proof is better. In particular, if you've got a video testimonial, that's absolutely superb. And once again, I know I'm repeating, but social proof and testimonials will be covered again in its own workshop. Be personal, okay? Talk to people. Use their names. Provide value. So again, we're not just sending out generic sales pieces, we're giving the customer value, alright? And it could even be the case that if you haven't made a connection with that database, or if you haven't made a sale from them, or you're struggling to do so, every time you email them, you don't have to be sending them a sales message, you know? What a lot of, and what we encourage and what a lot of people are doing is something called a 52-week campaign. 52-week campaign is essentially like a newsletter where all you're doing each week is providing the person with value, okay? Giving them something that they will find value, something to grow their business, something to solve their problems, alright? That's going to be providing value for them. You're going to build a relationship with them through this series of emails. You don't need to be sending out a sales message all the time. Downloads are good. Giving people things for free that they can get hold of works very well. Makes it more interactive, give something, okay? They're actually getting, they might be paying for it, but they're actually taking something from you and from your company, and it brings them one step closer to making a sale. Stop campaigns is quite interesting, so make sure on the email there is an opt-out. If someone doesn't want it, give them the option to opt out. Don't keep spamming them, because it's going to affect your list, it's going to affect your spam score, and ultimately, in the long run, it might be a hassle to spend 2 minutes getting someone off your list or stopping this campaign, but in the long run, you're going to protect the list, okay? And that's what you need to do. Last thing, use dynamic content. Dynamic content is just a fancy way of saying, which I'm sure you've all seen, when you can put like hi, first name, you can easily put in people's addresses. It normally tends to be first name, so hi Adam is a lot better than hi sir or dear sir. And dynamic content means that you might be sending it to 100 people, and you'll put your little bit of code in there that says dear first name, and all those people will get an email that says dear Adam, dear Joyce, dear Ian, dear Phil, okay? Rather than getting dear sir and madam, it's more personal and it works better. On the right of the page, we've actually got an email that I received last week, and it's from a marketing company, and what they're trying to do at the minute is I haven't bought anything from them, so they're sending me value, okay? And they're sending me pieces that will grow their affinity with me. So they want to send something that's interesting, that's relevant to me. They know that I'm a marketer. They know that I'm interested in marketing campaigns to grow the business. So I just want to have you, let you have a quick look through this email. So it said, if you haven't heard, Brooklyn Beckham's photographer photographing a Burberry fashion campaign, and the fashion world is furious. Last week, the Beckham's oldest child took to Twitter to announce the exciting news he was to photograph an upcoming Burberry campaign, and shortly afterwards, the outrage descended. Fashion photographs galore took to the web to criticise the decision from Burberry, calling it a devaluation of photography, totally unacceptable, and sheer nepotism. Thing is, they're missing the point. This is genius. Find out why by clicking the link below. So what they've done, they haven't given me the whole value, okay? They've said there's something interesting going on, but I need to click to find out. And I'm a bit intrigued, I know the Beckhams, I know Brooklyn. I'm kind of wondering what all this uproar is about. So I click the link, and this is what I come to, alright? Come to an article on their website. It's their blog. It's all nicely formatted. It sort of, it did have the URL and things on the top, but I've cut it out just to put it in the presentation. And they're going on and they're telling me all about how, using a celebrity to endorse the brand is a powerful thing. It's not about Brooklyn Beckham being a great photographer. And they make the point in the article that if you do think that Brooklyn Beckham's taking these photos on his own without a backup team of experienced photographers, that would be crazy. Of course there's going to be experienced pros there. The only reason Beckham's there to take the photos is because of his name, yeah? And when he does take the photos, because he's taken them, they're going to get way more exposure and way more papers and websites, and there's going to be more Burberry everywhere because he took them and he's been part of the campaign. It's not about him being the best photographer. And the message they're trying to get to me as a marketer who wants to increase my business is, could I use a celebrity to endorse my business in some way? Sure thing. They've got Brooklyn Beckham, big A-list celebrity. Sure, he's very, very, very expensive. But are there other local celebrities? Are there X, Y, and Z-list celebrities? Are there people that are famous just in your local area or just in your circle of things that you promote, who could be helping you, all right? And that's not the message I want you to take away. The message I want you to take away is what they've done with the email, all right? They've got me to read an email. They've got me through to their webpage. They're giving me valuable content, okay? It's a real, real good email. I've also got an opt-in here. So if I do want to get in for their newsletter, find out even more about them, all I need is to fill in 1, 2, 3 boxes, and I'm done. Simple as that. Another example, alright? So, hi Adam. So, I've got their functioning content here, which puts in my first name. Please can I ask your help with something? Alright, I wonder what they want help with. I know Paul. I know what he does. I wonder why he's asking. No, I'm not working with him at the minute. I've not brought any services from him for 2 or 3 years, but what? I wonder what he wants. So, Julia and I are just planning our business for 2016. We want to make sure what we do is as useful as it possibly can be. And we wondered if you could help. It'll take less than 3 seconds. So, I like Paul. I want to help him. I can do it in 3 seconds. I'm probably going to do it. What's the biggest problem in your business right now? Of course, we'll want more customers and more time. But what do you think is really holding you back? All you need to do is click on the most appropriate link. So, Paul's looking to do a bit of research. He's looking to find out what my problems are right now. Okay, and he's asking me to click one of these areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can choose one of those. And I can click which one's appropriate to me. So I did that. Brings me through to this. Okay, it's really cool. He's got his social proof on the right, which we spoke about. He's even put a thank you video on, so it's more personable. He's building more of a relationship. You know, I haven't seen Paul in person for a long time. Seen a video of him. I've heard his voice. It's more personable. Okay, but what is, and what you might not get, all right? What I guess the real big takeaway is, all right? If we go back one step, if I can. So we're just going to go back to this slide, all right? And there's these 5 things to choose from. So, okay, Paul is going to take that, all right? And it's not the fact that he wants to know. He does want to know. He is interested, okay? But on the back of this, all right, he's then going to send me another more structured email, all right? For example, if I click the top one, in a week's time, I imagine I'm going to be getting some stuff through from Paul telling me how he can help with my social media, all right? If I click on the second one, I'm going to get some stuff about how he can help to improve my website. He's segmenting down the content. It's becoming more powerful and more relevant for the target audience. And I know I keep repeating these points, but the more specific and the more specific problems you can solve for the customer, the more leads and the more traction your campaigns will build, okay? I hope that was helpful as an introduction to email marketing. I'm going to finish off now. Please go through, have a look at the questions, and we hope that you receive the certificate soon. Thank you very much. I'll see you again soon.